Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boy Mo. And today I'm reviewing Uploads Season 3, Episodes 5 and 6. They're entitled Rescue Mission and Memory Crackers. And they're coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, what did I think about it? And should you be watching? And before we get into this review, get down there, hit like on this video. In episode 5 and 6 of Upload, we're coming near to the end of this season. Rescue Mission and Memory Crackers. Rescue Mission, it's all about saving Luke from himself. Well, not from himself, from a crime boss. The gray zone outside of Lakeview has turned into a casino district, if you will. And plenty of organized crime has set up out there. Last time we saw it, it looked like a warehouse. Now it looks like, Las Vegas. In the middle of freaking nowhere, which I guess Las Vegas already is in the middle of freaking nowhere. But there's lots of illicit things, and we saw also, that Luke, he's hard up for money, and so he gets the bright idea to steal, or at least to lure one of the AI guys out to the gray zone so that he can get paid for bringing one of the AIs out there. But an unfortunate thing for the people that want to buy it is that, well, Luke's kind of gotten close to AI guy. If you will, in the previous episodes, we saw that maybe he's a little bit like a father figure. So he decides not to sell, and he gets basically turned into Slave Leia. So if you really were wanting to see Luke like in the Slave Leia outfit, you got all you wanted and then some in this episode. But I will love about Luke that he's not concerned about that. He's very confident in himself. He's just more concerned about, getting free, and also not just one, but two Nathans coming to help him. It's a fun time, if also somewhat scary for him. So yes, in this one, in order to help him, the two Nathans have to team up. So Copy Nathan finally finds out he's a copy. And he gets to spend some time with Nora after he confronts Ingrid about her knowing that he's an Upload and everything. But he really wants to help Luke because that's his homie. And so, he has to team up, and also to be jealous of his real life self for being with getting to be with Nora. And so this is sort of one of those, I can't believe it. Everyone's doing multiverse stuff. This is sort of a multiverse situation where, the path not traveled, what do they look like? But they're both Nathans. So of course they're able to, come together and figure out a plan to help Luke out of the situation. But a lot of the drama and fun in this episode really comes from two Nathans sort of, not sparring, but also sort of broing it out, and also, I guess comparing their relationships and everything like that. And Upload Nathan is, Copy Nathan. He's, rightfully jealous, and he makes a move on Nora because they're hanging out together. But in the meantime, out in the real world, what's Nathan, real Nathan, he's worried that he's not as good looking, and that this other Nathan is, Nora's going to like him more. It's just insecurity on the part of both of them. And then of course Ingrid, she's, trying to be okay with Nathan, seeing Nathan with Nora, but of course she can't because she's super jealous, because she's very possessive. Why wouldn't she be? And she goes out with her friend, and her friend basically is like, you're never going to change, and whatever. And Ingrid just accepts that, hey, I'm not. I like this guy. He's the one for me, and I'm just going to keep on at it because I don't want anything else. So props to her for kind of accepting that about herself, even if it's a bit toxic. It's a bit toxic. At the end of it all, they the two Nathans figure out a way to sort of trick the crime boss into letting Luke go. Just unfortunate for Luke, I think, because he needs money. How's he gonna get money if he can't go into the gray zone? But whatever, we'll figure it out. That's something for another day. But they do save him. In the meantime, in the real world, we also find out that that the dog, Holden's dog, eats Nathan's pills, and it turns out they're just gas eggs. So Dr. Kapoor just gave him some placebo. It wasn't even anything real. And so, because she's concerned his head's going to explode, she goes to try to find him, and finds Nora finds instead that there are some people that are there, and they're pretending like Dr. Kapoor isn't real or whatever. And then she gets basically chased down and taken. And so that's the end of that episode. And then it goes on into Memory Crackers, where we find seems like the Nora's been uploaded, and Alicia's there, and she's asking all these questions. And it's just, I watched this and I was like, well, that's suspect as hell. That is not the way I remember it starting out. But maybe we just don't know enough, and maybe we hadn't seen enough. But of course, it wasn't on the level. Alicia is there with her girl, Karina, and they're basically trying to interrogate or soft interrogate Nora to see if she's with the Ludds and if she knows anything and why she's snooping around and all this stuff. And look, well, we already knew Karina was on some stuff because she's Mansoor's basically right hand. And Mansoor's a piece of shit, industrialist that's trying to make this terrible world even more terrible than it already is. And she's, pretty clearly okay with stepping on whoever to get there. But she and Alicia seem to really like each other. But it's kind of real shady that she uses Alicia against her old friend to try to get information. But props to Alicia for in the midst of not understanding what's going on but getting a bad vibe, really coaching Nora, who's in her drugged out state, to basically lie and not give away that Nathan's out there or anything like that. So Alicia, she's still a real one. She's trying to navigate this situation, but she's still a real one. She's got her feelings for this girl, but she also has her loyalty to her friend, even though they haven't been friends in this season. So I like that very much about her in this particular episode. But also, we find out in the beginning of this episode that Ivan has sent David Choak to Nathan's mom. I guess that's his last address they knew about. And so now it's time to go in there and sift through some memories and find some incriminating evidence of this conspiracy that we of course we know is going on with the billionaire industrialists that are behind Freon and all this other stuff. And it gives us another reason to have upload Nathan, or copy Nathan and real world Nathan interact again, but also to put Nora into close proximity to upload Nathan. And of course, all of the fun that ensues from the insecurity and whatever that the two of they're both the same Nathan, so they're both somewhat insecure about their place with Nora. Copy Nathan, of course, wanted to get with Nora, but he got with Ingrid instead because she disappeared. And he's developed more and deeper feelings for Ingrid. But I mean, there's this Nora right here. In the meantime, back in the real world, where he's sifting through the memories of David Choak, Ingrid somehow shows up. For whatever reason, his mom let her know where he was, but she shows up. She's still kind of bummed as hell from the whole interaction with her friend, and she was in Lakeview and waiting for Nathan, and he's not showing up and everything. So she's just hammered, shows up, and then sort of helps him. But they have a heart to heart between the two of them. And it's really it's a good scene because it shows, look, they both basically, they're moved on. She's got her version of him because she's still obsessed with him. And then he's got Nora, and maybe they could have been something at one time, but they're not anymore. And also she's just feeling like down and out and not like, it's just not good about her life. And jealous and all the other stuff about Nora and all this stuff is coming together. Like you're seeing the growth, the tough growth of Ingrid Canterman, and I like it just because look, Ingrid she's a shitty person sometimes, but sometimes she's not. She's a complex person in this whole thing, and she's getting better all the time. And she's still, she wants what she wants, and this Nathan there is in the real world, and she's not upload or anything. So, being jealous and insecure, that seems to be a common theme in here. There's just jealousy and insecurity. And of course, while they're sitting up there searching memories in the memory parlor back in Lakeview, uh, Copy Nathan and Nora are working together, and there's just a lot of that. It's somewhat flirtatious things and everything, and the Copy Nathan making something of a move and everything like that. It was again a really good scene, just because you can see Nora and Nathan, Copy Nathan, coming to the realization, just like out in the real world, Nathan was like, nope, I'm with Nora. In this one, he's like, no, I'm with Ingrid, and it wouldn't be right. And she says, the same thing, it wouldn't. So they just kind of move on and move forward. That this is, you are not the person that I fell in love with. You're a different version of him, even though you're very similar, you're not the same. And I thought it was a nice way to sort of let Copy Nathan down, and sort of redirect him to where he's really feeling like he should be going. I did like that quite a bit. And also that, they found out about David Choak, and we're reminded, yes, exactly. When I was talking with Maggie about this, when we were discussing this upcoming season, are they going to basically turn uploads into like cheap ass labor? And no shit, like, it's the mundane quality of the evil is like, it's astounding. Like, it's so, like, you have this power, and you don't create hell, you don't create heaven, you don't use the uploads to sort of sit and ponder philosophical things, you don't solve problems. No, you save, you want to save $500 million, and you spend all this money to change the law and everything like that just to make that it's just so banal, so mundane, so lacking in any kind of creativity or vision. It's just, I want to save a buck, so let's like make these dead people work. It's so ridiculous. That's why I say this is one of the worst dystopias I've ever seen. It's horrid, and it's hard because the people who are making it terrible are not just shitty people and not just evil people. They are wholly uncreative and just like bankrupt in every possible way except money. And it's just ridiculous. And Ingrid's dad's just a piece of shit, and it really makes you feel for Ingrid when he says he wishes she had been killed too. Just like crazy stuff. Just awful people. And I hope something bad happens to them. I don't have no good reason to believe that's to be so, because again, this is the terrible future, and the bad guys seem to win a lot. So I don't know. Overall, I'm not gonna lie. These are my least favorite episodes of this season. Not as many laughs, not as much fun stuff to it. I guess maybe double Robbie Amel's not as good as it sounds on paper. Maybe. These weren't my favorite things. It had some good stuff in it. I did like the episodes, but like not my favorite of this season at all. But they're heading towards the last two episodes, hoping they really pick it up a lot more when that happens. So anyway, those are my thoughts on these two episodes. What did you guys think about them? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there, and of course you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, supernotfunnyshow on Threads and Instagram, TikTok. Check me out there, hit me up. And of course, while you're doing all that, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see videos just like this. All right, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be talking about the final two seasons of Uploads. Season 3 should be really, really good. Hoping to see some really cool stuff in the last two episodes. But until then, I've been Mo, your commentator extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.